Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Savannah Chrisley reveals shocking name federal prosecutors called her parents. Former Chrisley Knows Best star Savannah Chrisley has revealed the shocking name federal prosecutors called her parents. They were sentenced to a combined 19 years behind bars, but were released in May 2025. So, what were Todd and Julie Chrisley referred to as? Keep reading for more details. Savannah Chrisley reveals name federal prosecutors called parents. This has been a long 2.5 years dealing with Todd and Julie Chrisley heading off to jail. It started long before that with their trial, and the family hid a lot of their sadness and fear. They kept going with Chrisley Knows Best, which showed a lighthearted side and invited a lot of laughter. Sadly, when they were sentenced, Savannah Chrisley took over for her parents. She became the guardian of her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, while fighting for Todd and Julie's freedom. In May 2025, they were pardoned by President Trump, but they maintained that their trial was never fair. Now, Savannah, who has amassed a new fan base through her podcast, Unlocked, is opening up about what federal prosecutors called her parents. They had a shocking name, and it was the Trumps of the South. Although they may have felt this was an offensive name, Savannah and her family embrace President Trump and what he stands for. Therefore, they turned it into a positive, as it did not hit as the prosecution had hoped. Yes, there were similarities between the Trumps and Chrisleys. Both are no strangers to reality television, as President Trump helmed The Apprentice. Todd and Julie Chrisley showcased their lives on Chrisley Knows Best. Then, Chase and Savannah Chrisley headed over to Growing Up Chrisley for a new spin on the reality series. Both families have been on trial and feel they have been treated unfairly, so yes, the moniker makes sense. At the end of the day, both families are attempting to do what they love and keep on going. A new series ahead. Savannah Chrisley will join her family in their new reality series, Back to Reality, which will air on Lifetime. It will start before Todd and Julie Chrisley are released from prison, and the harsh reality of what they went through. Furthermore, it will showcase the struggles their kids faced without their parents and how hard they fought. Finally, it will explore their release and the couple reuniting after 2.5 years away from each other. Fans of the family are more than thrilled for this to premiere. This should be an adventure, and a lot of praise will go to the current administration for helping free Todd and Julie. In a jaw-dropping revelation that's sending shockwaves through Chrisley Nation and beyond, Savannah Chrisley has opened up about a disturbing moment during her family's ongoing legal saga. The daughter of reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley shared that during one of the heated courtroom sessions, a federal prosecutor referred to her with a name that left her stunned, shaken, and absolutely heartbroken. Savannah, who has been fiercely defending her parents and maintaining their innocence throughout the tax fraud scandal that led to their imprisonment, says the name was not only demeaning but deeply personal, crossing a line she never expected a government official to cross. I couldn't believe what I heard. During the taping of her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, the 27-year-old influencer recounted the moment with raw emotion. "They didn't just come after my mom and dad," she said. "They came after me. I sat in that courtroom, praying, hoping for justice. And instead I heard a federal prosecutor call me a privileged brat with a bleach blonde microphone." The insult cut deep, not just because of its personal nature, but because of what it represented. For Savannah, it was yet another sign that her family wasn't just on trial for alleged financial crimes. They were on trial for being who they were: outspoken, wealthy, famous, and Southern. The mockery behind closed doors. Savannah continued, revealing that this wasn't an isolated comment. According to her, she later learned from someone in the courtroom, whom she describes as a quiet observer, a godsend, fat during breaks and sidebar conversations, Prosecutors repeatedly mocked her social media presence, podcast, and even her emotional outbursts. "They said I was the family's PR puppet," she added, her voice shaking. "They laughed at the fact that I cried on Instagram. They said I was trying to play America's sweetheart when really I was just another product of reality TV entitlement." To Savannah, this was more than bullying. It was strategic character assassination meant to discredit her in the eyes of the court into empowerment. Rather than retreating into silence, Savannah is using the cruel comment as fuel to push forward. She's launching a new campaign, not just a bleach blonde microphone, to advocate for respectful treatment of family members caught in the crossfire of high-profile legal battles. "I'm more than the hair, more than the podcast, more than their idea of a spoiled daughter," she said. "I'm a woman who's raising her younger brother and niece. I'm working hard to keep my family afloat, and I won't let their words define me." The campaign will include interviews, speaking engagements, and social media outreach, particularly aimed at supporting children and young adults impacted by the incarceration of a parent or family member. Social media outrage. As soon as Savannah's podcast episode dropped, fans and followers were quick to rally behind her. Hashtags like #IStandWithSavannah and #BleachBlondieandProud began trending on X, formerly Twitter, within hours. One follower wrote, "A government official using that kind of language is totally unprofessional and cruel. Savannah's been through enough." Another chimed in, "They're mad because she has a platform, a voice, and she's using it to speak the truth. Keep fighting, Savannah." Even some legal professionals have weighed in, with a former federal prosecutor calling the alleged remarks completely inappropriate and potentially grounds for formal complaint, if true. Todd and Julie's reaction from behind bars. According to Savannah, both her parents were sickened when she told them what had been said. In a rare phone call from prison, Todd reportedly told his daughter, "Don't you ever let them steal your light. You were born to speak, Savannah. You weren't born to be silent." Julie, ever the calming force, encouraged her daughter to use the moment not as ammunition, but as inspiration. "We raise our heads high, even when they try to drag us through the mud," she told Savannah. "Because God will use even the ugliest words to shine a light on the truth." Bigger than the Chrisleys. While some critics have accused Savannah of seeking attention, others see her efforts as part of a much-needed cultural shift in how we talk about fame, justice, and the human cost of criminal prosecution. Media analyst Jenna Taylor says Savannah's experience underscores the blurred line between public spectacle and personal pain. "When you mix celebrity with courtroom drama, the results are often dehumanizing," Taylor explained. Savannah is being punished not just for her family's alleged crimes, but for being visible, vocal, and vulnerable. Savannah has indicated she may even write a memoir titled The Bleach Blonde Microphone, chronicling not just the court case, but her evolution from reality star to accidental activist. Moving forward, despite everything, Savannah insists she's not bitter, just more determined than ever to stand her ground. "They can call me names, they can laugh at my tears, but they won't break me. I've been to hell and back, and guess what? I'm still standing." Microphone in hand. Whether or not the alleged comments spark an official investigation remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: Savannah Chrisley isn't backing down. She's reclaiming the words that were meant to tear her down and turning them into a rallying cry for strength, resilience, and justice. As she put it best, "If being a bleach blonde with a microphone means standing up for my family and the truth, then I'll wear that title like a crown."